Manx Radio TT 365, the best biking station in the world.
Okay, so maybe we should talk first of all about. We've actually got the list now, haven't we? We've got the start list for the 600 Super Sport this morning, and I think Milky, it promises to be, as usual, hopefully one of the best races of the week.
Yeah, you know, the 600s are awesome. Everyone's out to win it and chomping at the bit, and the bikes are all pretty evenly matched and stuff. So, you know, it's you wouldn't like to call it. Any of the top 10 can win it, I'm sure. You know, you've obviously got the likes of William Dunlop, who's riding really well. Come off the back of a win at the Northwest. He's really confident. You know, the smaller bike as well. I think he's going to really go well today, William.
Actually, he's not that small of a man, is he? You know, it's a bit deceptive, William. He's quite tall.
There's not much meat on him. There's not much meat on him. No, he's you know, he's really trim, and he obviously watches what he eats and stuff, and he works really hard at his training, I think, just to try and keep the weight off him, because he still rides the 125, you know, in Britain, you know, in Britain and stuff. So he's always on it. And so he's like I say, he's riding the little bikes really, really well. So he would be my favourite today. I've just got a feeling he's going to go really well today. Obviously, you've got his brother as well, Michael. Jeez, you can't dismiss that man. Do you know what I mean? He's awesome. Likes of Bruce Anstey as well. Bruce is going to go really well on the 600, I think. You know, John. Jeez, you know, like I say, any of them, Ryan.
The list is almost endless, isn't it?
Yeah, any of the top 10, like I say, any of the top 10. Cameron as well. You know, the Wilson Craig Hondas are really, really competitive, really fast, and Wilson's throwing a load of money at them. So they're probably the best bikes in the field, to be quite honest with you. Whether they last is another thing.
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? We've had quite a few breakdowns over the years, haven't we, in the Super Sport?
The problem you've got with the 600s now, they're that highly tuned. You know, everyone's trying to get that little bit more out of them. They're just throwing so much money and tuning them to the limits. It's whether they'll do 4 laps. I mean, majority of these engines will only do 4 laps, and they'll take that engine out and put another engine in then for Wednesday's race. So.
It's interesting though, because you can verify this, Roy, that the sidecars, of course, new regulations for the sidecars this year meant that there's nothing, you're not allowed to change anything from the cylinder head gasket up, i.e. valves, cams, anything like that.
Everything's got to be standard.
And the idea behind that, A, is to keep the price down, and B, reliability. Has it made them more reliable?
No.
No?
No, not really. I think the trouble is that they stop you doing one thing, then you start working on other things, and in fairness, I suppose I haven't really blown up that many since I've been here this year, but it's normally down to just pushing the boundaries of the rev limiter, really. Like take it off.
Do away with it altogether.
It's just a pain. The valves become the rev limiter. It works. But I think it's made most of the top class a bit more accessible if you're trying to catch them. But in the end, the good guys drive well and win, you know.
It's interesting, with looking down the list of qualifying here, that you know, you've got Honda, Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Honda, Triumph. Dan Cooper qualified 12th. I think this was the overall thing. Dan Cooper on the Triumph, and for the most part, it's in a mix of Japanese 4-strokes, which you'd expect, of course.
It is, yeah. Looking at the times, William Dunlop is quite a bit in front of the second place guy, but he's actually starting from number 15. And although on paper you put William down to win it, starting from 15 is not a good place to be, because as he passes the guys in front, they're going to get harder and harder to pass, and it's going to actually take quite a bit of time out of his lap times. I was watching the first race on Saturday from Milltown Cottage, and it was very interesting to see the different bikes that were handling around there, and all the top guys are pretty good. I mean, John McGuinness, he was just muscling it round. He was making it have it. I saw Hutchie there with both feet off the footrests on a regular basis. He was obviously struggling a wee bit. Bruce Anstey, it was the smoothest thing through there. There wasn't a bump on the circuit.
Who do they most want to win? And again, it's Sky. Without doubt, he is the most popular man at the TT. And I think he's the most popular man within motorcycle racing in the UK at present as well. more popular than any of your top superbike riders.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Guy is he's a damn good rider, but also he's a character as well, isn't he? And everyone loves a character, so he's the fans' favourite, I think. And it would be really nice to get his win today. He's got 2 chances at it. And he's very, very capable of it. He's an awesome rider, really, and he's fast enough. He just needs a little bit of luck. I think if he gets a little bit of luck, then Guy's going to.
I think, though, in fairness, Milky, if we were to fancy Guy to win anything, it would be Superstock or the Senior, wouldn't it?
I don't think the Suzuki's got the top end of the Honda, like I say. So I think he might be struggling a little bit in the 600 race, whereas the Superstock race definitely can be up and thereabouts.
Yeah. So thanks for that, Paul. We've got also here, this is from Jill, a text message from Jill. I just want to say how good the show is. John Kenyett reminds me so much of my dad, who was from Peel. He sounds just the same. That's could you tell a Peel man, Milky, from let's say a Port St Mary man by his accent?
Not by his accent, but I can always tell because he's always wearing green wellies. A Peel man always wears green wellies in case he gets lucky with a sheep, But,
right, on with let's talk about the Superstock race. Just as Michael Dunlop's been concentrating and putting a lot of time in on the 600, William should I say, and Michael quite a fair bit, but certainly William, and what bit of time's been available to him. Ryan Farquhar's done quite a lot of time on the twins. Bruce Anstey, I think you'll probably find, and this is off the top of my head, has probably done as many laps, or if not more laps, of the top guys on a Superstock bike than anyone. I think that's his best chance.
Shadow of a doubt. I mean, Bruce is a Superstock expert. He always has been. As regards to, he just wants to just step back a little bit further on the superbike, and Bruce would be phenomenal. But he is the Superstock expert as well as Ryan Farquhar. They seem to specialise on the Superstock. That's the class that they really push hard on. So yeah, they're really going to go for it.
Off the top of your head, do you know the difference in the awards, the monetary awards for the Superstock and the Superbike?
Oh, I don't know. I think
it's quite a big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah. I think it's. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but it'll be about £10,000 difference. I would have thought something between the Superbike, winning the Superbike and winning the Superstock. So
what is the as a matter of interest? Because I've not even looked at the awards now. Have you any idea?
I think it's about 25k for the Superbike win.
Is it?
And and I think about 12 or something for the Superstock. So. But
big difference.
Yeah.
And okay, £25,000 sounds an awful lot of money, but really. When you consider what the guys do to earn that money,
it's nothing.
It's very little, isn't it? It isn't. I mean, compared to other sports, it is obscene, really, obscenely low, isn't it? But so Anstey's got to be certainly hot favourite. You mentioned Ryan Farquhar as well. He's going to be another guy up there. Mick, what's your view on?
I think it's so close. It could be. I'm not passing the buck here, but. I think all the races this week it'll be very hard to predict, because as we said before, some guys are specialising in a particular class, and it really until the race starts, we don't know. It's going to level out an awful lot,
Yeah, sure.
I think Cameron Donald's going to really go well in this one, the Superstock this afternoon as well. He's riding really well. He rode really well at Northwest. It was just didn't seem to have the look and stuff, but he's on it.
He's getting a lot of track time, isn't he? Because of course he's in the Legends team with John and what's Simon Andrews. And I was asking Neil Tuxworth who the replacement might be for Simon Andrews, because Simon's not going to be fit for the next one, Suzuka 8 hours.
Well, I was went to see Simon in hospital yesterday, and he's talking about getting fit and stuff. So. He's saying it's like 6-7 weeks away or something. So he says,
it's a big ask, isn't it?
Oh yes,
okay, it's a big enough ask to get out on a short circuit BSB or something like that. But to go over to Suzuka and do that 8 hours, which is a grueling race. It's a big ask.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. Back in a minute.
Get ready, because the world's fastest road race is coming. The International.
One question we've got to ask is Connor Cummins. What about Connor? Is Connor going to be out there today, Milky, as far as you know?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's out there, and obviously he missed the race on Saturday, just to give his hand a little bit more time to heal. The last thing he wanted to do was go out and strain his hand over 6 laps, because that would bugger the whole week up for him, really. So give him a couple more days to heal and get better. And I know he's down the hyperbaric chamber all the time, getting cooked in there, left, right and centre. Dave Downey's doing a real good job of him, and Isla Scott's sorting out the physio on his hand, and it's going to be a big ask for Connor. I really feel for Connor. You know, this was his big year to really get a good result, and it's going to be a big ask for him to carry an injury around here, especially on your hand, your throttle hand as well. You know, I'd like to think that he could be up there, but you know,
it's tough, isn't it? And he's
he's
had a terrible time, really, hasn't he? I mean, we've only got to think back 2 years to those terrible injuries he received on the veranda. You know, awful. And then to get back from that, and then get skittled out at the Northwest.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a mega job, honestly. Before, if you'd have asked me a month ago who was going to win it, I'd have said Connor. You know what I mean? Because he's really worked hard on his fitness, shows you how driven and focused he has been. And he's been focusing just around the TT. You know, his whole year's effectively revolved for the TT. And unfortunately, he got a little niggly little injury there at the Northwest, and that's buggered the job up really for him, I think. Well,
Manx Radio TT 365, the best biking station in the world.